Today on Focal Point, we're going to speak to Jenavia Weaver, coordinator of Student Leadership and Involvement Center. We will also hear what students and faculty have to say about gaming and see how members of the CCP Anime Club enrich their student experience. Stay with us. Hi, welcome to Focal Point on CCP TV, the educational channel of Community College of Philadelphia. I'm Darlene Monts, a student in the Communication Arts curriculum. We have an exciting show for you today. I am here with Jenavia Weaver, coordinator of the Student Leadership and Involvement Center here at the college. Welcome, Jenavia.
Hello, Darlene. How are you?
Thank you. Tell us a little about the Student Leadership and Involvement Center.
So we've been around a long time. So we house about 7 or 8 programs, and we're just really excited that the college has always embraced co-curricular programming and learning outside the classroom.
What is the mission of the center?
The mission of the Student Leadership and Involvement Center is to foster a student success environment through diversity, through social activities, through leadership experiences, and community service.
Tell me, what are some of the programs and activities that help you realize these goals?
Wow, the Student Leadership and Involvement Center is just a hub of activities. It houses one of the obvious things, student clubs. Every year there's between 35 and 42 active clubs. Then we have our Student Government Association, which is the voice for our students. We have our Student Vanguard, which is the media production, the paper. They have an online version as well. We have our Phi Theta Kappa International Honor Society, which everyone loves, what I call getting the golden ticket. That invitation to that honor society, which they have a bustle of community service and scholarship activities. We also have our premier leadership development program, Philadelphia Leads. Then we have our student ambassador program. Student ambassadors are our official hosts and hostesses of the campus, so that when we have our outside community come, they see the best of the best. And it's a very competitive process. There's only 20 of them.
Only 20?
Only 20 students are chosen. And they work for the Office of the President, Marketing Department. They work for Student Life, obviously. But those wonderful events where we have our city, our community come on our campus. And yes, they represent us well. So that, I hope I covered it all well, but we have a bustle of activities in the Student Leadership and Involvement Center.
What are your basic duties as the coordinator? You just told me all of that. What are your basic duties? My
basic duties as the coordinator of the Student Leadership and Involvement Center is to, one of the obvious is to maintain the daily center's, I would say, positive energy. I put that in there because we want to make sure when a student crosses that threshold that they're greeted correctly, that they are never turned away knowing that they can't connect with something and someone. So that's my chief #1 job. And then we go about managing all the programs, ensuring that obviously that we could market to the students, that we connect with the students, that we maintain the integrity of the programs. But we are a team. We are a team in the Student Leadership and Involvement Center, and we get it done.
I like that.
So, absolutely.
Good, I like that. Tell me, what do you like most about your job?
What I love about my job is I get to see a student who came to this campus and might have had some ambivalence. We fill in that gap. We connect them. We hold on to them and they flourish. We give them the opportunity to flourish. So the favorite part about my job is I get to offer whatever humble knowledge I might have and utilize these services and become the best vessel that I can. So I really like what I do.
Good to hear that. Wonderful. Tell me, do you have a message for CCP students?
What I would offer is this: connect with your passions, connect with your talents and natural gifts.
Okay. Now, do you have anything to say to the prospective students?
Come to Community College of Philadelphia because we're the best deal in town, and I cannot tell you anyone who's passed over 17th Spring Guard and through any door, they walked out with way more than what they ever expected. And they were given a backpack for survival, and they've gone to their four-year institutions, and they've gone to their master's program and their doctoral programs and come back and said, if not for Community College of Philadelphia. So prospective students, come to Community College of Philadelphia. It is the best deal in town, and people teach here, one, because they love to teach. People work here because they love people.
Okay.
So come.
Well, that's all the time we have for now. Thanks for being with us, Jenavia.
Thank you, Darlene.
Now, let's hear what CCP students and faculty have to say about gaming.
What I like about video games is that it's a way of escapism, just like with movies and books, but I think how far we've come is so surreal or real now that it's a great way to escape.
It's fun to have a story that you are in the middle of. Instead of watching or reading a story, it's more like you're more involved with it.
Video games is something I can turn to during my downtime, so I can save money, be at home, and relax and be entertained.
Well, life is hard, and you don't really get too many second chances. So you go into a video game, you can die and come back.
I can just go into another world and just have fun.
My favorite video game I would have to say, is Red Dead Redemption.
I like racing games, but my favorite all-time FIFA. I'm African, I play soccer.
Call of Duty Black Ops 2.
Portal, because GLaDOS is awesome.
Crash Bandicoots, and that was on PlayStation 1.
Our first video game was Nintendo.
I used to play Super Nintendo a lot with my sister.
I prefer some of the older games because it reminds me of our past generations and what we led up to.
When it comes to violence in video games, I think it's a bunch of hype. I understand that, how certain parents feel, and I feel like that's upon their job to make sure that their kid isn't playing something, too violent, too bloody, too gory for their age.
If someone was to tone down the violence in video games, they would also need to tone down the violence in television, in movies.
I'm in the Army, so violence don't really affect me a lot. It don't do anything to me. But some people cannot take away from reality and the games.
I guess if you don't want to play a violent game, you could try chess, or you could try I know Microsoft makes those Kinect games with the animals, or the fitness games.
There's so much more gore and sex and violence in the world than there was in the past because we show it to each other all the time in television and in video games. So, there's a responsibility for the creators as well as the audience to monitor what they take in.
Wow, wasn't that fun? Did you know that Community College of Philadelphia has more than 40 student clubs? We spent some time with members of the Anime Club.
Part of getting a club started is to have at least 10 interested members that can vouch that they're interested. That was actually a bit of an adventure in and of itself, because then we actually had to feel around campus to see, man, who the hell is into this stuff when there's currently no network to be able to find these sorts of people. These people have to have J numbers, so they have to be students at the school. There can't just be anyone who shows up to the club that actually validates its official status.
I ended up coming across the Anime Club literally a week after their first meeting. When something comes up, I'm kind of like the go-to guy. Pretty much, I've been friends with the guys ever since.
I actually became the president of the club as a need, because a lot of people was leaving the club, and I really wanted the club to stay alive, so it was up to me and Doug to sign up and take a position.
First, I was a officer, but as time passed and people left, you know, people had to step up, you know, people had to do a lot more things, so I ended up becoming the vice president.
This guy over here is the former vice president, currently president of the anime club.
And my name's Oscar.
Yeah,
I'm
the club's
president now.
The club is in good hands.
Anime is life. That's what it is. I'll tell you that right now. Anime is my reason for getting up in the morning and the reason why I made it through high school and grade school probably.
Anime is a form of entertainment.
It's just cartoons or anything animated in Japan.
Anime is a medium, not a genre. People need to understand that.
You have animes that are designed, you know, as comedies, almost literally like a sitcom, but without it being in front of a live studio audience. You have horror ones. You have action ones.
Having shows like Dragon Ball Z, having you stand up to your bullies, I don't know, having shows like Speed Racer making you want to run fast.
Otakon is one of the largest conventions on this side of the country.
It's an anime convention that takes place in Baltimore, Maryland.
You have 35,000 nerds, otakus, people who may get picked on in high school for loving what they love, whether you came with an anime club, whether you came with a group of people that are just your friends. You go to Otakon and you don't come back the same. It's almost like jail, but in reverse. Where jail makes you a better criminal, Otakon makes you a better otaku. You learn your life, you don't leave a weeboo, you live your life strong and vicariously, and you say, you know what, I want to go back to that Valhalla. I want to go back to that nice shining utopia where I'm not afraid to live my life and dress up in my cosplay.
So the main thing with the club is that we try to help everybody. We help all the other clubs. I mean, we are a recreational club, therefore we have to work harder to, be taken serious by everybody else.
I hope that new members are able to be themselves, come to the club and enjoy themselves. When I came here, I grew up. Grew up knowing that there's people out there that are just like me and that can actually have fun.
So that's pretty much it, guys. Have fun and come and join us.
Now that seems like a lot of fun also. Well, that's it for today. I want to thank my guest Jenavia Weaver.
Thank you.
And the viewers for tuning in. You have been watching Focal Point, the CCP magazine show on CCP TV, the educational channel of Community College of Philadelphia. All the segments for Focal Point are produced by the students in the digital video production curriculum. I'm Darlene Monts, a student in communication arts curriculum here. See you next time.